What's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel for the love of dogs. Today's video we are doing the Golden Retriever today. So a video all about the Golden Retriever. I will tell you their breed history, the health of a Golden Retriever, their grooming requirements, their exercise level, how much exercise they need to be getting, and their training. So how easy or not easy it is to train a Golden Retriever. So let's get started. So the Golden Retriever was first recognized by AKC in 1925, and a male Golden Retriever will be between 23 and 24 inches tall, and you measure them from the floor to their shoulder blade, and then they will be between 65 and 75 pounds for a male, is all for male, and then for a female they will be between 21 and a half and 22 and a half inches tall and 55 to 65 pounds. And the life expectancy for a Golden Retriever is about 10 to 12 years. Of course, if you get a well-bred one, they will live on the longer side and feeding a balanced diet of good food, not grocery store-bought food. But Golden Retrievers are from the rocky hillside in Scotland. In the 19th century, and in Scotland and in England, the pursuit of game birds was not just a sport, but it was a way for them to put meat on the table to feed themselves and their families. So they were needing a dog that they could take hunting and retrieve the game birds that they had just shot, and to retrieve them and bring them back to them. And all of the British retrieving dogs all share a common ancestor, the wavy coated retriever dog. And that was developed largely from the St. John's dog or the lesser Newfoundland dog. And that was combined with British Spaniels and Setters to create the Golden Retrievers we love and know today as the most amazing family dogs. But so for the exercise of a Golden Retriever, because they are a sporting breed, they do require a whole lot of exercise. And unfortunately, if you were not supplying them with proper exercise, they are probably going to be doing things in your house that you do not want them to do. And unfortunately, if you are not playing fetch with them, they may end up picking up your gloves or your pillows or your shoes or something and trying to play fetch with those. So I would supply them with some good toys in your house and some great exercise outside. And they would enjoy, hikes, runs, take them on a bike, hold their leash on your bike and let them go, let them pull you on the bike. All sorts of great things that you can do with Golden Retrievers. And you could get them into obedience and rally, agility, hunting tests, and tracking. AKC, UKC, all of them, they have great options out there for you to get your dogs into to help bond with your dog even better. And that brings me into my next point, the training of a Golden Retriever. And just like all breeds that I have talked about, they all need good early socialization and get them into some obedience training classes when they're puppies, and that will help them slightly, start to get them socialized to other people and dogs, while at the same time you are teaching them good and bad behaviors. Golden Retrievers are very eager to please, so they're pretty easy to train. They really just want to be with you and do anything that's going to make you happy. If you've ever met a Golden, you know what I'm talking about. They're just happy and goofy dogs and absolutely love their people and love people in general. So, just get them into some fun training stuff. They're pretty much going to just do whatever you tell them. So use that, because I will tell you there's a lot of breeds who are stubborn and will not just be like, oh, you're telling me to sit? Great, I'm going to sit now. Oh, I love it. There's some breeds who you tell them to sit and they're like, no, I'm going over here and I'm going to pee on your wall. Where Goldens are not like that. They want to please you and want to do anything you tell them. So use that. And for the health of a Golden Retriever, Golden Retrievers are generally pretty healthy dogs, but they do have a few things health-wise that you need to look out for. But like I always say, a good breeder will be testing their stock for all of these genetic problems to get that out of their breeding line, because no good breeder will continue breeding anything that has genetic health problems, because they don't want their name to be represented badly by health problems. So some of the problems that they do have are elbow and hip dysplasia, some heart diseases, as well as some eye problems like cataracts. But these are, like I said, all things that a good breeder will be testing for. And I would definitely be checking your golden retriever, I would say every week, for signs of an ear infection, because goldens do get ear infections pretty easily. Some signs to look out for are just some redness in their ears, swelling, a really bad smell. It's not a normal, it smells kind of weird. It's a very distinct smell and it's gross. And if it is all brown and goopy on the inside or oozy, definitely need to get it to the vet. If there is any oozy yellowness going on in there, you need to go to the vet immediately. But when it's just at the beginning stages where it's like a little red, a little, not horrible yet, you still need to take them to the vet, but it's not an emergency as it is if there is pus coming out of your dog's ear. But with the ears, another thing you can do is, this kind of goes into the grooming a little bit, but when you go to the groomer, just ask them to just shave right in front of their ear canal, because they grow little hairs that can grow in and kind of blocks the airflow of their ear. So you can ask them to just shave right in front. You won't even really tell. It just helps with the flow of their ears and help prevent ear infections. And a good way also to tell if your golden is starting to develop ear infections, my first tell as a groomer is whenever I get a dog in my shop and its ears are really matted, or right behind its ears are really matted, that is a huge tell for me. I immediately flip their ear over and look inside. And for some dogs, it's either they've got a bunch of ear hair in there and it's really bothering them, or two, they've got an ear infection or it's a started ear infection. Maybe not super bad yet, but they've definitely got something going on inside their ears. If they've got all those mats, especially goldens, they get huge, I call them they're like rocks behind their ears. So if they start to get that, definitely, take them to the vet and have their ears checked. Your vet might even give you some stuff for ear infections just to keep at home if your dog is super prone to it. But for the last category, grooming a golden retriever. So grooming a golden is very, very easy in my opinion. I have posted a video, I will put the card somewhere, on how to groom and blow dry a double-coated dog. I think it was an Aussie mix in the video, but you can use the same how to groom on a golden as you did for as I did for that dog. I would get a good slicker brush for at home for brushing, and a Mars Coat King rake. Those, I have discovered those probably like 6 months ago, and oh my gosh, they're a life changer. You will pull all the undercoat out of your dog using that Mars Coat King rake. It's fabulous, and they have small versions and large versions. They're great. I'll put a link in the description to them so you can see, but I show them in action in the Aussie video, so check that out so you can see. But when it comes to grooming, you really, I would get a good shampoo. I like iGroom shampoo. I love all their products. They're sulfate, paraben free and pH balanced. A lot of shampoos for dogs are not pH balanced, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me, and have so many harsh ingredients in it that is just destroying dogs' skin. But goldens do shed, so keep that in mind. I don't want to see, I don't know who any of you are, but I hate seeing people wanting their golden shaved. They shed. I'm sorry. They shed. So, don't shave them. If you just get them groomed like once a month, their shedding will be so much less. If you don't have the money to get them trimmed every month, just get them a bath and blowout. Someone who's good and who's doing a good job, obviously. Then you will go home and you will be like, oh my gosh, there's like no hair all around my house. I have so many clients who come in and just get a bath because they I hate shaving double-coated dogs. So I'm like, let me do a really nice bath and blowout. Promise, you'll see a difference. And they come back every 4 weeks or 5 weeks, and then they're you know, it's all managed in their house. So try that before even thinking about shaving your dog, because that is just removing their barrier to the outside world and their protection, literally. But Goldens, like I said, don't get them shaved. So all they really need is just their feet and pads done. And then, you know, they don't really even grow butt hair, like butt hole hair. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but I just did. But just like their feathers trimmed and stuff on their tail if you want. But it's not a huge haircut. You know, definitely keep them brushed, because if you're not getting them bathed frequently, then their undercoat can all get impacted in there and create a lot of matting. So definitely something you need to look out for. And get their toenails cut, I would say about every 2 weeks, to help prevent arthritis and all sorts of bad problems. If you just get them cut like every 2 weeks, you can even do it at home. I'm pretty sure I've never met a Golden who has black toenails. So that's a lot easier for you to learn how to cut at home. But there's a lot of Facebook groups for nail clipping at home. Nail maintenance for dogs is one of them. You can't post in there, but there's a lot of great tips for learning how to cut your dog's nails at home. You can just use like an emery board, like for a human a nail file, to get them used to it. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to grooming a Golden. They're pretty standard and easy, and they're great dogs. They're like the best family dogs. They do have a lot of energy, so you need to train them, like I've said. So just keep all that in mind when thinking about what dog breed is best for you. And I'm just going to throw it in there because this is a Golden video. And you're like, oh, I love this, but I just watched your poodle video and I think those two breeds are great and I want a Golden Doodle now. No, I'm sorry. I am not a doodle person. So if you're wanting a Golden but you don't like the shedding, I wouldn't go for a doodle, because that's not guaranteed that they will not shed. I would say 80% of the doodles I groom shed. So just something to keep in mind. Just either get a Golden or a poodle. And you can get them for less money than you can get a doodle, where it's a purebred dog and is genetically health tested for all of the potential health problems they could have. So enough of my ranting and rambling. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe. It would help me out very much. I would appreciate it.